built by as a performance studio, which is co-founded with Sir Kiki and Sir Kaviraj. He has got the best of German, Italian and Japanese engineering as well. His fleet includes a supercharged V12 Lamborghini Murcielago, a E60 M5 which is a roaring V10, and also owns CLS 63 AMG which is a V8 beast. Also owns an Audi S4 which is a V6, and also owns the GTR R35 which is the fastest GTR R35 in India. It was an honor meeting you, sir, and I want to thank Sir Imran Majid for taking out the time to talk to us and give us an insight about the car world and about his incredible journey about how he co-founded Kik Shift and his future plans. And also I want to thank Smith, who was behind the camera and who made sure everything went well. Thank you. It's an honor to have today Sir Imran Majid on our podcast. Hello, sir.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So Imran Majid is a co-founder of Kik Shift, which is an automotive customization and performance shop. He buys and sells cars, loves to drive them around the city. Will you please introduce, I mean the OGs already know you who you are, but for those who are new to this channel, would you please introduce yourself a bit more?
Sure. So I'm Imran Majid. I'm a Bombay-based boy. I've been born and brought up here. My family wasn't into this. My family's had different businesses apart from automotive. My great-grandfather and my grandfather both were part of this industry. They also used to trade in luxury cars. But well, I got into it way later. I got into it after running a family business and then moving into this. I now co-partner Kik Shift with two friends of mine, and we build cars. We kind of we do basic maintenance. We do bespoke interiors, exteriors. We build a lot of like custom stuff. We create and invent stuff for cars. We even do build like camera rigs. We build custom equipment and props for movies and stuff. And yes, apart from that, I'm really passionate about cars. I enjoy cars, and I love driving, touring around the country. I try and make my work trips into road trips, and that's how I really enjoy it while I'm working. So yep, I'm going to be doing this podcast today, and it's going to be some fun with you boys.
Yes, sir. So my first question is, what do you love most about a car, or what is it about cars that made you fall in love with it? Is it the look, the speed, the legacy, or the engineering of a car?
So for me, there are quite a few parameters when I'm choosing a car, and there are quite a few checklists that I have on it. For me, styling is very important. The design of the car. Performance tops my chart above styling and cosmetics too, but for me the ideal car is a performance oriented car that looks really good, that is comfy to drive in. I'm not a fan of a lot of the GT cars because they're really uncomfortable on the road. They're fun on the track, they're fun to go drive sometimes on a highway, but especially they're fun to drive on tarmac roads. Honestly, in our country we don't have the roads that could you could enjoy a GT car with comfort in the car.
Yes.
I wouldn't say you can't enjoy it, you can have a lot of fun with it, but don't expect comfort in that. So for me, it's performance, it's styling, comfort, and usability. For me, any of my cars, I'd like to use them like every day, and I kind of do try and do that. I try and take one car to work, I try and get another one back home, try and do a drive in the third one in the night. So I keep like trying to drive all my cars because I'm not into the whole idea of just the idea of ownership of these vehicles. For me, it's more about the using, the reliability. I like to use and brake, like I like breaking stuff on the car, getting it back up again, using it. So for me, it's the whole bottom line of a car is to enjoy it and use it and drive it.
So for me, it's the engineering part of cars that I fell in love with, and because even the manufacturers, I mean, to the extent they take the engines to make it special,
True.
you know, like the RB26, the 2JZ,
True.
the W18s, the W16s, V8s, V10s. I mean, it just blows my mind because let's take the 2JZ Super engine. I mean, it's an inline 6 twin
Right.
turbo that comes around 320 horsepower.
True.
But if you can tune it up to 800 or 1000 plus horsepower, I mean, that would be a monster of a car.
Absolutely.
I mean, and maybe even it might be able to compete with the top tier cars like the Ferrari or a Lambo. I mean,
Absolutely. See, you tell me 2JZ Supra for damn sure can compete today with these Ferraris and Lambos. Yeah, they are built abroad, they're built globally very well. They are Lambo and Ferrari killers for sure. But yeah, you can have a lot of fun with even a stock engine, a 2JZ or an RB26, and considering when they were engineered and when they were built, you're sitting 20-25 years later and still enjoying those engines even in stock form.
Yeah.
So I totally understand your wanting and liking and appreciating the engineering done by factories, because a lot of R&D goes into it, and it takes a lot to make a reliable build, whether it be personally, whether it be an aftermarket workshop or a factory. It takes a lot to build a reliable engine and functionality in a car.
Like the R34 Skyline GTT, the R35 GTR, you even own, you previously owned a Mercedes CLS 63 AMG.
I still own it.
Yes, that's a 6.3 liter V8
Yep.
monster. And you even had an M5 V10.
Yep, I
That's
still
a
have
V10.
it too.
Yes. So these are some of the cars that you previously owned and you currently own. Like you previously owned the R34 GTT.
Yeah.
I mean, you did a podcast with SJP,
Right.
famously known as SJP, Sir Santosh Ji Parab. Shout out.
Yeah.
But not only not many people know how tough it is to bring such a car to India. I mean, like your R35 story, you were told that you had differentiations with the customs and you had
Right.
some problem with the gearbox.
Right.
So can you shed some light on it?
Yeah, so yeah, I do currently even own the CLS 63. I do have the M5s. I do have an R107 380 SL. I've got the S4 that's ultra charged and built. It's pumping at about 530 to 550 horsepower on that.
I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but me and Smith, we saw that out near the backyard and we just fell in love with the color.
No, it's an amazing car. It was built by another fellow friend of mine, but she runs beautifully even now. And I'd actually sold that car off and I bought her back because I really love her. I sold my VRS 245 off
That's like a
Yeah.
true car guy. You sell it and you then
to
buy it
buy
back
the
just
car
for
back.
the love of
Like I
cars.
wanted to buy that car back for sure, and I ain't gonna sell that car for sure. So that's gonna be with me. But yeah, going back to like it is tough to be maintaining a race car and maintaining a performance-oriented car. When I say tough, in the only way you've got to be patient. You've got to understand that there are laws to import this stuff. There are ways you got to do it, which all of us follow. But then there are times when we have events that we got to be at, and whilst trial and testing, these components break, and then you need them overnight. So when you need them overnight, you got to go through these little hurdles with the customs and stuff like this. Although they're always understanding, and they always find a way to sort it out for us too. So yeah, keeping that in mind, it's been a fun experience with the R35. Even currently right now, my gearbox is in Dubai. The gear sets have gone back to New Zealand to Datsun Motorsport, and I'm upgrading my gear sets on it. So we're aiming to further build the car by November.
And sir, thank you and kudos to you for taking such pain in making the R35 what it is right now. I mean, like it's 1400 horsepower right now.
So right now she's built to 1400, but she's pumping out 971 on normal pump gas. That's unleaded 93 RON. She's pumping out 971 to the crank. I'm hoping by October, November, we're pumping out about 1050 or 1100 to the wheel, using about 97 or 99.
I mean, it's a monster on road, a one of fun. I guess so.
Well, I'm lucky and blessed that I got the opportunity to buy this car. I've tracked it since 2008 to now. I was close on the heels all the time for it. And I'm just blessed that, yeah, it was sold to me, and thankfully I've been maintaining it and building it further now.
Alright, sir. So my next question is, what is your story behind joining and starting Kik Shift?
So, my family basically owned a travel agency for 45 years. I inherited that in 2008. Technically 2006 I inherited when my nana passed away. 2008 I lost my mom. This was her family business. I continued this business from 2006 to 2014. However, from 2010 I started professionally racing on the circuit and participating in a lot of races across the country. Whilst enjoying the stuff, I started realizing that, you know, I'm so passionate about it and I would do everything to make things happen with cars, that I finally decided in 2012 that I'm going to start winding up my family business and move towards cars totally. So when I started winding up in 2012, there were a lot of people in my extended family who were very against this and very emotional about how I was shutting down a 47-year-old legacy and stuff. But it's something I wasn't passionate about, and for me it wasn't just about, you know, running a business just to make the money. I'd be very clear about it after I shut that down. Days weren't bright all the time, but I'd prefer a dull day over sitting in a business that I didn't enjoy doing and making so much money, because I didn't get time out of it to ever do anything that I really enjoy. And that's how I moved to cars totally. I started racing, then I partnered with another old friend of mine. We bought cars together, we sold them, we started a workshop together. We used to refurb the cars we bought, then we used to build race cars, drag cars, track cars for our own team. And then from 2017, I branched out on my own, and for about 3 years, I was doing stuff on my own till Keki, Kaviraj, you know, and me got together on this. And then Hormas came and joined along, and a team of 4 have been now nailing this. And of course, Kamlesh, a very old friend of mine, was there to really support me, you know, and give me the boost to go ahead and come on board also with this. So that's how, it's a good team that's put this together. And it's a lot of years of hard work, honestly, struggles, and getting to know people and the reality of what life is, that has blessed me and taught me to, you know, choose a good team. And I've been fortunate right now with, I'd say I've got one of the best teams across the country, you know, put together, and the sky's the limit now.
That's really deep, sir.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's straight out.
Yes, so speaking about racing, you did a record time with the R35 at Pune, I guess?
No, I did the record time at Pawanhans Juhu and then in Bangalore.
Yes, I heard your story that you tried it before to first or second time, but it did not happen.
Yeah,
third time
so I was just breaking the car in with the new clutch and stuff. But since I did a trial run, so my first official run, second official run, I didn't hit the fastest time. It was the third exhibition run that I hit the fastest time and set the time for the day. Though it wasn't official, but I was very happy that my car was back to its potential. And yeah, we're aiming to go faster and faster and faster.
So, speaking about a collection of cars, I mean, for a car guy like me, it's like you have the best of German engineering as well as the best of Japanese engineering as well. I mean, like in German engineering, you have the Mercedes CLS and an M5.
Right.
From Japanese engineering point of view, you have the R34 and the R35. So, what I wanted to ask is, were you hunting these cars specifically, or an offer came around and you just grabbed it?
No, so I'm going to be very honest to you. These offers don't just come around. The R34, I was tracking since 2013-14, that I saw it once in Vashi, and I kept pushing to figure out where it was and whose it was and stuff. And finally it came through to be family, and very close and dear to the family, the owner. And yeah, about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I met him again through a common friend, and we clicked and it worked out. So that was the story in the R34. But for the R35, it was just it was a subconscious dream that kept playing every day, that I want that car, and I think I manifested it, attracted it, and that car just dropped into my lap, because that car was actually bought by a friend of mine first and taken to Bangalore, and he found some mechanical noises from the car, so he sent it to me. I serviced the car, got it all running and all, and then I just asked him, do you mind if I buy the car? And he was kind enough, and he let me buy it and said it's as good as it's going to be home for me too. So yep, that was a dream that actually just fell in my lap, the R35.
So, will you ever be satisfied with the collection of cars you have, or there will be a time where you might be sipping on some coffee and finally dreaming of cars or whips that you do not have, and will there be a need to own and drive a car that isn't in a collection as of now?
So yeah, see, it's not the need, but yeah, the want is always going to be there to drive a lot of different cars, whether they be a really big engine or small engine performance cars. I do enjoy driving a lot, so yeah, I really do experiment with a lot of cars. At times I really do like the way a car looks, or if I've sat in someone else's car, I try and figure out if I could get a similar car. I probably buy it for a bit, use it. If I do enjoy it, I keep it. If I don't, I sell it off. But yep, the want is always going to be there to test new technology, engineering. And yep, for me, the want to drive the old school cars is more than the new whips, because I prefer raw engineering, I'm more of a guy, I love cars, honestly, going back without ABS, without traction. I actually deactivate them in a lot of my cars when I'm driving, on your CLS and the M5 and all these cars, you can't really put 100% off, but we do manage to, cool it off totally at times when we go for drives and stuff, because that's the fun in the car, man.
So you like to drift around the city during nights?
No, I'm not a drifter, bro. I honestly don't enjoy drifting, but for me, it's more about me controlling the car than the car controlling itself. That's what I enjoy in it. There are hard skip moments, there are those little eye openers at times, but it's part of the game.
So recently you had gone to a car meet which was really successful. That's good. So what is your opinion on car meets? I mean, how do you see it today, and what do you think the future holds for car meets in India?
So I'll tell you, back in the day, our car meets were basically a group of friends meeting up to have a few rolls in the evening after college. Then going on to trying and organizing illegal drag races that used to happen that weren't official events. Then it went on to having official event, drag races, circuit races. We had a lot of stuff. We had car meets at circuits. And now what's evolved really with the last event in Pune that I went to, the Underground Edition 6 that Tapasvi Racing did, was something amazing, because they really did something that no one's done. They didn't commercialize the event. They didn't aim to make money out of it. They invited a lot of people to come and exhibit their cars, to encourage the others who want to do such stuff to come and have a look at it, to know it's possible in our country. They invited Sanam, which was a good scene to get a boy to come and drift around and exhibit to the crowd that the regular boy, he's not supernatural, or he's not like a robot. He's a normal guy like any of us, but it was his passion that drove him to practice, master what he's doing now. And he came and put on such a good show, and this was all done without commercials. Nobody was looking at monetary benefits there, and that's what I really appreciate about the event. They had a bunch of boys who came and even danced and stuff. They promoted dance there, which was nothing to do with automotive, but it was just the intention that they were trying to promote youth to do what they want to do. like dancing and cars have nothing to do with each other. But because these boys were passionate about dancing, they gave them a stage to exhibit themselves, to let the people enjoy themselves with that stuff. And I'm hoping to see a lot more meets like this, and hoping a lot more people get onto the same wavelength. Either organize similar events or start, volunteering to be a part of this event with Tapasvi Racing, and make sure that this show just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, so I used to hang around during Sundays at the Bombay Coffee House where you and Sir Santosh Parab used to come, and other even car lovers used to come over there for car meets, and then used to drive around the Vadesi place over there. So for me as a car guy, thank you sir for you and Sir Santosh and whoever comes over there with their cars and participates in this car meets, because we as car lovers would love to see such cars more and more coming over in the city and driving around in them.
Thank you so much for these kind words, and I'm sure everyone will keep coming and exhibiting their cars.
Yes,
and even letting you all shoot these cars, click pictures, have a drive in them. And you guys should keep the spirit up for sure. And remember one thing, you work towards your drive, your goal, do it wholeheartedly. You're going to be exhibiting a car very soon, one day, for your friends.
Thank you, sir. That's
so keep going forward.
So even we know about the amount of hard work you put in to buy these cars and tune it to a level that you enjoy, and then return it to factory spec so that you can sell it.
I don't always return them to factory spec, honestly. It's totally upon a person's choice when they want to buy the car from me. A lot of people take it as it is, with the performance goodies I put on the car or the stuff I've set it up with. There's very rarely a person who, probably takes the car and then says it's too much power for me, or, I'm a little scared to drive in the city. At times we detune the car, we take off some goodies, replace them with the stock parts back on, give them the car, let them enjoy it. And a lot of the times we buy these cars back, put the goodies back on, and then give it off to someone else after some time.
Sir, recently there are many cars that have appreciated in value. Classics, JDMs, even exotics, which have appreciated in value. What's your take on it? Like the Supra, the Ferrari, the GTR.
See, again, these are classics. They have appreciated. It's good that they've appreciated, and it's good that people are taking care of the older cars, and that's why they're appreciating. But again, I'm going to be very clear on this. You can't just say that a classic car so and so date, so and so age is of this value because it's old. There's a certain segment of cars that have rightfully appreciated, but again you have some real other bogus models that people claim to hold such high prices on, which eventually lets the car rot and nobody buys them, and a person who would want to buy them cannot afford it because of this bubbled price, and it's sadly the end of the car and the end of someone else's dream too. So it should be very fair that with owners who own such cars to very reasonably price their cars, and if your car is something exquisite, exotic, no doubt claim a premium on it. Just don't ask for the sky.
Yes, sir. So for car enthusiasts, do you recommend any budget cars that can be tuned?
So I'd say the Hondas are the best, the Type 2 VTECs to start off with. The Suzukis are good to work with. Because at the end of the day, you're going to start learning with those cars, so you've got to be budget friendly. You've not got to break your pocket while enjoying your passion. And I would always say, if your dream is always going to be to drive one of the best cars someday, so don't just go all out on your first build or your second build or third build. Build reasonably, mindfully, and just know you don't need to impress anyone else. You're doing it for yourself. So don't go overboard with your expenses on cars, because that's something that is an expensive passion sport, and it's something that you should do that's within your limits, because with automotives you can really spend a lot of money, and that shouldn't be something that where you're going crazy to get stuff for your car and you're sacrificing so much, and then you're going to sell the car where you're not going to get what you spent on the car. So build steady, slow, and go all out on a project that you're going to either keep lifelong or at least for a period of 5 to 8 years, then it makes sense, putting that kind of money and effort in it and then letting it go.
I mean, yes, I mean, it's true, it's very true, because when you look at a car, your car, and when we see it around, you say, oh, I need a new exhaust, or I need a new rim, or I need a new coilover for car. So, do you manage your expenses like this, or you are like, oh, alright, I'll do the coilovers first, and the next month
So I totally build my car purpose built, and I do stuff that's necessary on my car. Well, if a suspension is bad and it is 100% needed, I will change that. But if you tell me that, oh, my suspension is good, and I'm going to get a drop of 2 mm if I change the coils to this, no, I'm not into that stuff. I build my car totally according to purpose build, and I do stuff on it when it's necessary. Otherwise, dude, I'm absolutely fine with a totally perfectly working car.
Yes, sir. So, Kik Shift has been really famous, and I've been following it for many years, and it's definitely a success. What were the upwards and down moments of your life which made you so hard for the Kik Shift journey that you never backed down? Even though there were some times where you thought that, oh man, I need to leave this car to where it is right now, I should not tune it, but your inner self might have told you that yes, I need to tune it more.
So well, it's only thing that's kept me going honestly is an amazing set of friends and a team that we work together, and ultimately when we started this dream, it was a dream together, and for me it's if my team's working, I've got to make sure the dream's working,
Yes,
because there's no way in hell that I will let anyone's efforts, time, energy, money go down the drain and not get their rightful fruit out of it. So for me, there have been ups and downs. We've had COVID hit. We had opened this workshop 23 days later. It was a lockdown in Bombay for 3 months. We paid rent, we paid salaries without having work, without having to do any work, without having any income coming in. And my staff was supportive too. I will not say that it was just that I was giving them money. They were very supportive. When they all came back to work, they knew that we've got to cover up for the 3 lost months. We worked a few extra hours. We worked really hard. There were certain nights we spent at the workshop too, and got it going to accomplish and complete certain deadlines and timelines that we had. It's been tough with the imports and the custom clearances and stuff also after COVID because of backlogs, and I totally understand they're all busy with stuff. But yeah, we all did it together, we put it together. Right now we've, as we're doing this podcast, there's a car being worked on downstairs that's been around 7 or 8 workshops around the country over the past 5 to 6 years. Hasn't been rectified by anyone. And a team of 3 people from our workshop have actually sat on that car, put in their dedication to it for the past 3.5 months. And yesterday the car fired up as it should have been done years ago. And today everyone's so happy about it because they put in hours. They worked the last 3 Sundays they've worked. They've worked till about 11:30, 12 in the night also every day. Without me asking them to, they all enjoy it, they want to do it, it's an accomplishment. I set the goal to them. The goal has to be that this car has to be done here. It can't be that 6 years, 8 workshops, not possible. We have to get it done. There's no 2 ways about it. I've had arguments with the client, I've had fights with the client, and we've had such good times together laughing about it too after arguments and fights when we overcome and accomplish things. For him, it's his baby. He's a little impatient to drive it. The car's moved around 6 years. I assured him it will be done. It's taken time, but now when it's all come together and it's done systematically, that is what puts things right and will put that car on the map again. So we're hoping to do a road trip with that car too from Bombay to Bangalore.
That's so cool, sir. I mean, that's like a true leader. I mean, no matter how hard the circumstances are, you need to keep on going.
You have to keep pushing. There's no giving up. There's no option.
Yes. I mean, I see it on your stories.
The only option is success.
Yes, these stories that you put on Instagram about success.
So I saw you on Instagram. Honestly, I do read quotes, and only relatable quotes are what I share with people because I'm sure I'm not the only one who goes through stuff and doesn't go through the ups and downs in life. Everyone does. Everyone has their own share of issues, struggles, hurdles and stuff. And my quotes out there basically remind everyone that you're not alone and there are a lot of people going through it. So just don't give up on your dream.
Yes, so when you value a car, I mean when you're selling a car, you might be able to put a value on it. So do you consider legacy of a car in it? I mean, like
So
the GTR.
it's totally car to car, bro. It's totally car to car. It's on the availability. It's on how many cars are in the country. So I do deal in all cars, but my main aim, focus, and passion is on cars that are basically 1 of 10 in the country. I try and do these kind of cars. I try and go hunting them, sourcing them. I aimlessly drive around the country, bumping into villages, going into people's houses, ringing the doorbell. I do that kind of shit. People think it's crazy. I enjoy doing it.
I mean, it's like a very niche market. I mean, like you said, you deal in cars which are 1 of 10. I mean,
It's a niche market. I've got a niche clientele for it. But again, I enjoy doing that. Yeah, for me,
is it tough getting a client that is in a very niche market? I mean, who wants to buy a
So I'll be very honest to you, in our country, our population is so big and the enthusiasts are so many. It's not tough to get a client for these cars. What's tough is getting an understanding person who would value the car when I sell it to them. Today for each car, 100 clients, there's so much money in this country. That everyone would want to buy it with some pride of ownership. But to choose the right owner for the car is what is tough for me. Like for me, I'll be very honest. I have had cars where I have had a buyer who's come and confirmed it to me without obviously paying me a token of money or anything. And then there's someone who I've suddenly thought of who would really appreciate a car, who would probably pay me 5 lakhs less than this person. But I know would let me complete the car, get it running, maintain it, and would even, enjoy and cherish the car on a daily basis and not park it as a museum garage queen.
Yes.
So I'm more into those kind of customers than, other people.
I mean, just like many millionaires and billionaires just keep their cars in their garage and maybe only just take it out for a car meet and then it just keeps sitting in their garage and they sell it for a value when it appreciates. Yes. So my last question is, can you talk about the best project you have worked on till date?
So I won't say there's any best project, bro. All the projects are amazing and fun. But yeah, the best car that I really dreamed, cherished and wanted to own and worked on also and got it running with a team of people is R35.
Yeah, 35.
That's it for me. That's it for me.
So, sir, dream car garage. I mean, if you had all the money there is in the world and you had to buy only 3 cars, which would be those cars?
I couldn't do that. I like driving a lot of cars. So for me, a dream garage isn't something that I buy and keep. It has to keep swapping, changing. It can be anything. It can be anything that I enjoy at that moment. And has to be fun and enjoyable.
So thank you for giving us your time and it was an honor to meet you, sir.
Thank you so much for having me in your first ever podcast and choosing us to be with you on this.
Thank you, sir, for being so approachable.
No, you can always come, you can always meet us. Even you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Come always.
Shout out to Smith.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys.